Our bathrooms are kind of like a time capsule, aren't they? They hold memories of beauty trends we once loved, products we thought would change our skin, and items we keep just in case. But here's the truth, some of those things are not only clutter, they could actually be damaging your skin. Estheticians who are trained in skin health and care often agree that there are a few repeat offenders. Let's break them down one by one. 1. Expired products. This is one of the most common bathroom sins. You might not see an obvious sign that a product has gone bad. Maybe the texture looks the same, the smell is still fine, but that doesn't mean it's safe. Skincare and beauty products are formulated with active ingredients that only not getting the protection or hydration you think. Expired products can also become a breeding ground for bacteria. Every time we dip our fingers into a jar or swipe a mascara wand across our lashes, we're introducing microorganisms. Over time, those multiply. If you're putting that back on your skin or near your eyes, you could be asking for irritation, breakouts, or worse, eye infections. A good rule of thumb is check the little jar icon on your product. A good rule of thumb is check the little jar icon on your product, known as the PO symbol. If it says 6M or 12M, that means the product is good for 6 months or 12 months after opening. Write the date you opened it with a marker if you need a reminder. 2. Harsh physical scrubs. Now let's talk exfoliation. Exfoliating is so important. It removes dead skin cells, helps with cell turnover, and can even make your other skincare products work better. But not all exfoliation is created equal. Remember those old school walnut or apricot scrubs, the ones with jagged, rough particles? While they might feel satisfying, they can actually create micro tears in your skin. Think of it like tiny scratches that disrupt your skin barrier. That barrier is your first line of defense against irritants and pollution, so damaging it can lead to redness, sensitivity, and even more breakouts. Estheticians usually recommend switching to chemical exfoliants, which sounds scary but really isn't. Acids like AHA's alpha-hydroxy acids such as glycolic or lactic acid or BHA like salicylic acid dissolve the bonds that hold dead skin cells together. They work evenly across the skin without trauma of scratching. If you love the feeling of scrubbing, you can find gentle physical exfoliants with smooth beads that don't tear your skin. The key is gentleness and consistency, not scrubbing like you're sanding wood. 3. Bar soap for your face. This one might surprise you, especially if you grew up in a household where a single bar of soap was used for everything. Hands, face, sometimes even hair. But here's the science. Bar soaps are usually alkaline with a higher pH than our skin, your skin's natural barrier. The acid mantle likes to sit at a slightly acidic pH of around 4.5 to 5.5. When you wash with bar soap, which can have a pH of 9 or higher, it strips away natural oils and disrupts that balance. The result: dryness, irritation, and sometimes an overproduction of oil as your skin tries to compensate. This doesn't mean all bar soaps are evil. There are some newer formulations that are made specifically for faces, balanced for pH, and enriched with hydrating ingredients. But the general rule estheticians give is, stick with a gentle liquid cleanser designed for your skin type. Your face deserves more than a multi-purpose body soap. 4. Dirty brushes and beauty sponges. Okay, let's talk tools. If you're anything like me in my younger days, you've probably gone a little too long between cleaning your makeup brushes. Life gets busy, right? But here's the not-so-glamorous truth. Makeup brushes and beauty sponges collect product, oil, dead skin cells, and bacteria. When they're sitting damp in your bathroom, especially in a humid space after showers, they basically become petri dishes. Every time you put them back on your skin, you're reintroducing that bacteria, which can lead to clogged pores, acne, or even staph infections in severe cases. The good news is that cleaning your tools doesn't have to be complicated. A gentle brush cleaner, baby shampoo, or even a mild, unscented soap works fine. The trick is consistency, washing weekly if you use them daily, and for sponges, replace them every few months. Think of it as self-care, not just for your skin, but also for your makeup game. Clean tools make your application smoother and your results more flawless. 5. Skincare stored in the wrong place. This one's sneaky. We all love the convenience of keeping everything in the bathroom. It feels natural, but not every product belongs there. Steam, heat, and humidity from showers can destabilize certain ingredients. Vitamin C, for example, oxidizes faster when exposed to light and heat. Retinol, another delicate ingredient, breaks down if it's not kept in a cool, dark place. Even sunscreen can lose potency if it's exposed to extreme conditions. Think of your skincare like food. Just like you wouldn't leave milk on the counter overnight, you shouldn't leave sensitive skincare in a steamy, hot bathroom. Estheticians recommend storing those products in a cool, dark cabinet. Think of your skincare like food. Just like you wouldn't leave milk on the counter overnight, you shouldn't leave sensitive skincare in a steamy, hot bathroom. Estheticians recommend storing those products in a cool, dark cabinet or even in a skincare fridge if you want to get fancy. It not only keeps them effective longer, but also gives you that refreshing, spa-like feel when you apply them cold. Be honest, if I opened your bathroom cabinet right now, would I find a half-used scrub from high school, that one moisturizer your asterisk sure asterisk still works, or maybe even a mystery product you don't remember buying? Don't worry, you are not alone. But here's the thing, some of those products aren't just clutter, they could actually be hurting your skin. In this video, I'm breaking down the asterisk 5 things estheticians say should never live in your bathroom. Asterisk, and trust me, you'll be surprised at what makes the list. If you've ever wondered why your skincare isn't working the way it should, or you just want healthier, happier skin, you're in the right place. So stick around, and if you love learning about science-backed beauty and confidence boosting tips, hit that like button and subscribe to Feminine Aura so you don't miss a thing. Okay, let's be real for a second. I think we've all been guilty of at least one of these bathroom no-nos. And I want you to know, you're not alone. I don't sit here with a perfect bathroom cabinet where everything is organized, color-coded, and 100% dermatologist approved. I've made these mistakes too, and I'm still learning. For example, let's talk about expired products. Raise your hand if you've ever kept a product just because it was expensive. Yep, I see you, and I've done it too. I once had this vitamin C serum that cost me way more than I should have spent at the time. It started to turn brownish orange, which is a sign of oxidation, but instead of tossing it, I kept thinking, maybe it's still fine. Maybe it still works. Spoiler, it didn't. According to dermatologists, once vitamin C oxidizes, not only does it lose potency, but it can also cause skin irritation. Source: Journal of Clinical and Aesthetic Dermatology, 2017. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. I broke out, my skin got blotchy, and all because I didn't want to waste money. And I know some of you can relate to the scrub era. Remember those St. Ives apricot scrubs that everyone used in high school? Oh my gosh, I used to scrub my face with that like it was sandpaper, thinking I was polishing myself into a glowing goddess. Instead, I was just irritating my skin. Estheticians and dermatologists now warn against those harsh, jagged particles because they create micro tears in the skin. American Academy of Dermatology, 2020. But honestly, back then, it felt like I was doing something good, because the skin would feel super smooth right after. What I didn't realize was that smoothness was irritation, not health. If you've ever had that experience, know that you're not the only one. Let's move to bar soap. Now, if you grew up in a household like mine, there was probably one bar of soap for everything. The sink, the shower, and yes, even the face. I vividly remember being a teenager, rushing to school, grabbing that same bar of Dove soap everyone else was using, and scrubbing my face in 2 seconds flat. I thought I was being efficient. But later, when I learned about pH balance, it made so much sense why my skin always felt tight, itchy, and flaky afterward. Studies show that traditional soaps with a high pH can disrupt the skin's acid mantle, leading to dryness and irritation. Source: International Journal of Cosmetic Science, 2018. But in the moment, I just thought, oh, my skin must be squeaky clean. When in reality, squeaky isn't healthy. It's a sign your barrier is stripped. Now let's talk dirty brushes. This one's embarrassing. Back in my early 20s, I once went months without properly washing my foundation brush. Months, and I wondered why I was breaking out on my cheeks. It wasn't until I read a study that showed makeup brushes can harbor bacteria like Staphylococcus and even fungi if they're not cleaned regularly. Journal of Applied Microbiology, 2015, that I realized what I was doing to myself. I was literally painting bacteria onto my face every morning. And listen, I get it. It's such a hassle to clean brushes. You're tired, you're busy, life gets in the way. But if you've ever broken out and thought it was hormones or a new product, sometimes it's just that sponge you've been reusing for 3 months. And finally, storage. I used to keep all my skincare products on the bathroom shelf right above the shower. I loved how convenient it was, and it felt so aesthetically pleasing to see them all lined up. But then I noticed my vitamin C serum stopped working faster than it should, and my retinol cream changed in texture. Later, I learned from dermatologists that heat and humidity can break down active ingredients. Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology, 2019, and you know what? It clicked. Because the bathroom is literally the worst place for heat. Sensitive skincare, it's steamy, it's warm, and sometimes even sunny if you've got a window. I laugh now, but I basically created a mini sauna for my serums without realizing it. I'm sharing all this because I want you to see that skincare mistakes don't mean you're careless or bad at beauty. They just mean you're human. We've all been there. Clinging to expired products because we hate wasting money. Scrubbing too hard because it feels productive. Using the family soap because it's easy, skipping brush cleaning because we're busy. Or keeping everything in the bathroom because it's convenient. These habits make sense in the moment, but when you learn the science behind them, you realize you deserve better. And here's the part I love. You don't have to change everything overnight. Maybe today you just check the expiration dates on your products. Maybe tomorrow you wash that one foundation brush you use every day. Maybe this week you try storing your vitamin C in a drawer instead of the bathroom. These little changes add up. They're like small acts of self-respect, reminders that you care enough about yourself to take a few extra steps. Because beauty isn't about chasing perfection or following strict rules. It's about nurturing yourself. And when you know better, you can do better without guilt, without shame. That's why estheticians call out these bathroom habits. Not to scare you, but to help you protect your skin and, honestly, your peace of mind. Here's the truth. Beauty isn't about having the perfect lineup of products in your bathroom. It's not about flawless skin, an Instagram-worthy cabinet, or doing everything right. It's about how you feel in your skin, and that's where empowerment comes in. When estheticians or skin professionals share advice, it's not to shame us for our habits or to make us feel like failures. It's to give us tools, knowledge we can actually use to support our skin health. Because beauty should be a source of joy, not stress. I want you to think about this. Your skin is your body's largest organ. Alive, dynamic, and constantly working for you. It protects you from pollution, bacteria, UV rays, and even temperature changes. And yet, so often, we treat it like it's a problem to be fixed instead of an ally to be cared for. Imagine how much more peace we'd feel if we flipped that mindset from how do I fix my skin to how do I support my skin. And listen, I get it. We live in a world that constantly tells us we're not enough. Ads say, if you just buy this serum, you'll finally glow. Social media whispers, if your pores aren't invisible, you're doing skincare wrong. Even meaning friends sometimes pass on advice that makes us feel like we're failing if our routine isn't perfect. But here's the empowering part. You get to choose what beauty means for you. Take expired products, for example. Tossing them out isn't just about avoiding irritation. It's also an act of self-respect. It's like telling yourself, I deserve products that actually work. I deserve safe, effective care. When you let go of things that no longer serve you, whether it's an old serum or an outdated belief about how your skin should look, you create space for better. Or think about harsh scrubs. When you set aside that rough apricot scrub and choose a gentler option, you're literally practicing kindness on your face. That's such a powerful metaphor. Softness, not force, is what brings lasting results. And that same principle applies to life, doesn't it? We don't need to grind ourselves down to be worthy. Sometimes gentleness is strength. And yes, even something as small as cleaning your makeup brushes can be empowering. It might feel like a chore, but reframing it as an act of self-care changes everything. You're not just preventing breakouts. You're saying, I care enough about myself to give my skin a clean, healthy canvas. That's not vanity, that's respect. I want to share a personal moment. Years ago, I used to look in the mirror and only see flaws, acne scars, redness, uneven texture. I thought my bathroom cabinet was a reflection of my worth. The more products I had, the closer I'd get to being beautiful. But no matter how many bottles and jars I lined up, I never felt enough. It wasn't until I began asking myself, what if beauty isn't about hiding? What if it's about honoring? That things shifted when I started honoring my skin. Products because they nourished me, not because they promised perfection. I began to feel empowered, and that feeling radiated into other parts of my life too. Here's another empowering truth. Your skin is unique. No two people have the same exact needs. What an esthetician bans from one bathroom might look different for another person, and that's okay. There's no one size fits all rulebook. The point isn't to follow trends blindly, but to listen to your body and your experience. That's empowerment. Taking the information, applying what resonates, and leaving the rest. And let's zoom out. Second, empowerment in beauty isn't just about skin, it's about confidence, boundaries, and self-expression. When you stop apologizing for your bare face, or when you decide that makeup is fun instead of mandatory, that's empowerment. When you throw out a product that doesn't serve you, even if was expensive, that's empowerment. When you set your own definition of beauty, one that makes you feel seen and loved, that's empowerment. I also want to touch on science here because empowerment comes from knowledge too. Studies show that when we engage in consistent self-care rituals, whether it's skincare, journaling, or exercise, it lowers cortisol, our stress hormone, and boosts feelings of well-being. National Institutes of Health, 2018. That means your bathroom routine isn't just cosmetic. It's physiological. It can literally calm your body and uplift your mood. Isn't that powerful? So the next time you step into your bathroom, I want you to see it not as a battlefield of products or a place where you measure up against beauty standards. I want you to see it as your sanctuary, a space where you honor your skin, your body, and your story. Whether you have 5 products or 50, whether your bathroom shelf looks like a Sephora or a simple pharmacy run, it's valid if it makes you feel good. Because at the end of the day, beauty is not an obligation, it's an expression. You don't owe anyone poreless skin, perfect brows, or a 10-step routine. What you do owe yourself is kindness, patience, and the reminder that your worth was never tied to your reflection. So if you're listening to this right now and thinking, oh no, I've been doing all these things wrong, I want you to stop, breathe, and remember, knowledge is power. You didn't know before, but now you do. That doesn't make you behind. It makes you growing, and growth to me is the most beautiful thing of all. So let's make a promise together. No more shame in the bathroom. No more guilt for what's on the shelf or how long it's been there. Instead, let's choose empowerment. Let's choose to treat our skin like the miracle it is. And let's remember that beauty at its best isn't about perfection. It's about connection. Connection to yourself, to your body, and to the people who see the real you.